Meanwhile, we have an update on the Vegas mass shooting investigation. That story's next. Plus, we're going to discuss how Vegas police plan to keep New Year's revelers safe 3 months after the deadliest shooting in American history. Don't go anywhere. Believe it or not, it's been nearly 3 months since the Las Vegas mass shooting, the deadliest in American history. But victims and their families, and maybe you, are still looking for answers. Meanwhile, Las Vegas police are ramping up security in an effort to block any mass violence during New Year's Eve celebrations. You got about 330,000 people expected to visit Vegas just to celebrate the new year. Catherine Lombardo is an attorney representing Vegas shooting victims, the 58 that lost their lives and many more that were injured in some way, shape, or form. So, Catherine, thanks so much for joining us. As we look at the shooting, I'm mystified, and I know Tucker Carlson in particular has been following this. How little we still know about the shooter, his motivation, what his plan was, who killed him, why we know so little about the initial security guard that got in. Do you know more than we do?
Well, I certainly hope so, because I've been conducting the investigation for almost 3 months now, and on Monday is the 3-month anniversary. Recently, the FBI made a statement and said that they are not going to be releasing any of the reports until October 1st of 2018. That's an entire year, and we all think that that's entirely too long. Enough is enough. The Las Vegas Metro Police also hasn't released anything. I've been able to get a few items, and I also have a lot of investigators out there and some ears on the ground, so I do have more information, I think, than most, which I share with my clients because my clients just want answers. But one of the things that they are standing behind, the authorities, and I'm sure they're doing a fantastic job. They have a lot of information to sort through. They have 22,000 hours of video that they collected, which I'm very happy to hear because I knew there was video. They haven't released it to us, but I knew there was video, so I can't wait to see it. They've also sent out a dozen search warrants and executed those search warrants. But we think enough is enough. It's been long enough. They are standing behind their defense of keeping the information from us, saying that it is part of an ongoing criminal investigation. However, they're also saying that there was only one shooter, that shooter is dead because he killed himself. And so therefore, who are they investigating? What criminal investigation? The public has a right to know. And so the press has filed a few lawsuits to unseal the search warrants and to get the public records and the 911 calls and the video, saying that the public's interest outweighs their desire to keep things hidden for now. 12
federal search warrants out there, 500 federal grand jury subpoenas. They have 1,500 leads to follow and 500 worldwide. Now, if this guy, who was a very wealthy guy, which is relatively unique, who was able to take this room up for a week, which is fascinating, he was able to pull up this arsenal, enough for a small army, and no one's ever to notice. So they have all the surveillance video to go through. What I'm wondering is, are they convinced that there's no conspiracy here? Number one, can it happen again? Number two, where's his linkage? We also know if this was a terrorist attack, they like going back to the same location. And I go look at this number, 500 worldwide leads. Why would a guy who lives in Las Vegas, traveled a few times on cruises, a few times to the Philippines, why would he have worldwide leads coming around the world?
Well, it could be somehow related to his dealings. You know, his girlfriend is from the Philippines, and he gave her $100,000 and sent her back to the Philippines just days before the shooting. And I think that she was interviewed immediately thereafter. They brought her back. They picked her up at the airport, and the FBI did interview her. I'm hoping to see that report sometime soon to see what she knew and how she was involved. And as far as the manpower that they've put to this investigation, it's phenomenal. This is unprecedented.
Right, but they seem to be getting at each other. I know, but why, if it's just one guy and it's just that simple, and it's just one guy with a lot of money and a lot of guns, that makes me think that it's a lot bigger than that, and they don't know how to tell us yet because they don't have all the answers. And that's something I think we need to know. Catherine Lombardo, I'm out of time. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
We're thinking of all your victims and the families and all your clients on this New Year's.